preparation he brings into every game.
Go back and I'm able to, read.
I think you'd have to say the preparation really shows on the court in his play, and rarely does he look surprised out there, caught off guard.
And Kevin, that's really just the mark of a total pro. And I don't think oftentimes the fans appreciate how much goes in terms of preparation. Some guys get it and some guys don't. But he's a perfect example of what proper preparation means in terms of preventing a poor performance.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
Just the way they've been able to pound that backboard. I think that's been the difference.
Establishment of a good low post presence, a big part of the success.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Livingston is out there with Barbosa. Then there's Iguodala. Then there's Maurice Spates. And it's Rush in at the three, the small forward.
And Iguodala knows just how deadly his teammates can be from outside, and he looks for them to get their shot before getting his own. I think this situation for him in Golden State's perfect for his skill set.
Draymond Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. Here's Dellavedova. Out to Smith. Fires the three. Green with the rebound.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Lots of room. And he drops that one in. You look at the metrics for it, Clark, and Iguodala is onto something. He just knows to look for the best team shots.
Yeah, he's got a really good basketball IQ, and I think it's his selflessness that allows him to tap into that, especially at the offensive end. Rarely forces situations offensively.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Mozgov with the steal, and the call will be against Sean Livingston. That's his first foul. Irving's checked in for Matthew Dellavedova. Different look here for the Warriors. Azili's checked in for Spates. Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. Thompson, he's checked in for Leandro Barbosa. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. And a wide open look for Irving. And the three off target. Curry attacking the dish to Green. And two free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
You know, the Warriors took some flack when they passed on the chance to trade for Kevin Love. But I really think that the rise of Draymond Green as their stretch four-man made the decision even better and also kept their cap situation far more flexible.
And Fry kicks to Shumpert. Count the bucket. Shumpert's got 5 points so far.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number one for them right now.
And Draymond Green won't give you the superstar numbers of a Kevin Love, but he's got a deceptive impact, Clark, at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I call him a value-utility guy because he does a little bit of everything that brings value to your quest to win. And shooting has steadily gotten better. And while he's not an all-star yet, some of his total contributions on the floor, impressive.
And Cleveland making a change here. James is checked in. Puts it up off the inbound. That's a 2 from Smith. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. Now it's a 6-point Cavalier lead.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Yeah, and, you know, the game of basketball, as you well know, Greg, and guys, is a game of runs. So their offense is starting to move in a positive direction now. Nice upswing here.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Knocks it loose. Now the pass to Love for 3. And it's J.R. Smith with the 3. Smith's got 7 points.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And for Kevin Love last season, he didn't want to be called a stretch four, but the numbers suggest he was exactly that. Nearly 1 out of every 2 shots he took was from 3, a much higher ratio than at any other time in his career.
It's Curry with the drive. Azili gets the bucket.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Irving with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. Irving against Thompson. Irving dishes to Fry. Releases from 15, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Fry's got the lead up to 7 now for the Cavs. As Greg was talking about Clark back to Love, it wasn't his choice to camp out for free last year. It was designed that way to create operating space for both LeBron and Kyrie.
Yeah, and you think about it, it's hard to ask a successful post player not to play to his strengths, but Love made the sacrifice, and I don't think he gets enough credit for that, Kevin.
And what a first year it was for Steve Kerr and the Warriors. It was the best debut as a new coach ever. 67 wins. He also established a franchise win total in his first year.
And Cleveland making a change here. Thompson's checked in. And the Warriors also making a change. Andrew Bogut checked in for Draymond Green. The shot by Curry, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Back to Smith. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. On our old partner, Steve Kerr also got a chance to coach the West All-Stars, and Greg, his record-setting debut season with the Golden State Warriors. Clark, he really hit a lot of big milestones early.
Well, none of us are surprised at his success.
No.
I mean, Steve will be the first to tell you it was because he was surrounded by excellent assistants. I mean, that's one of the underrated aspects of being a good coach is you've got to have a good staff, and Steve has that.
Excellent point. Irving attacking, and James gets it to go.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Screen by Bogut. Curry passes to Bogut. That's a 2 from Barnes, and an air ball on that one. Way off. There's the lob to the hoop. Leaps for it, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving for the Cavaliers. Mozgov comes in for Kyrie Irving, and it's Iman Shumpert in for Kevin Love. 41 seconds left now here in the second. Right side Curry. Kicks it to Azili. Back to Curry. Golden State moving it around. And the Warriors miss again. The Cavaliers leading by 5. Shumpert in the corner. And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
17 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. All sorts of time. It's rebounded by Livingston. And Rush with a clear path to the hoop. And then Iguodala with the dunk.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
And that replay sponsored by Kia. And so it's a close game.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
I would call that a competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here, welcome. LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He had 10 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, the reserves really came through when they needed a spark.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get on.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do. over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out away here in the third. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
And he just went off in those first two quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Thompson down low with Mozgov. Irving is out there with LeBron James. And it's Love in at the small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. And yes, sir, that one drops.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing. And what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
And that one's good, James.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Well, LeBron James long considered the greatest player in the league. He's got some competition now, though. Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Steph Curry, James Harden all playing well last year. But for my money, there's no better player in the league than King James.
Clock at 2. Barnes can't get it to go.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Kept alive. Back to Irving. The 3. No good.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Irving against Curry. Inside. That's good from Barnes on the assist by Curry.
Hey.
Well, Clark, you look at LeBron's career averages right now around 27, 7, and 7. Hard to argue at this time he's not the best player in the league.
Well, you know, he might not always win the MVP award, Kevin, but that doesn't really matter. I think he's the most feared player in the league, and he proved he can carry a team in last season's NBA Finals. Clearly one of the all-time greats.
Thompson inside the line. Drops one in from the wing. Thompson's got his first bucket in this one.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert. You know, the league going to more ball movement, more outside shooting, less isolation play. And those are all natural fits for the talents of Klay Thompson, who's great moving off the ball. And we know he can stroke it from long range.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Fry comes in for Tristan Thompson. And Smith subbed in for LeBron. And Golden State also making a change. Ezeli's checked in. Spates checked in for Golden State. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Here's Irving. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Well, Greg, for Thompson, a hard-working defender. You were talking about it. Do you think Clark, his offensive style, frees him up to put more energy into defense?
Well, you know, it could be. I mean, he's extremely smooth. He's uber smooth in how he operates. He doesn't have to drive the lane and absorb a lot of contact to get his shot off, and he's quick and efficient with his offense. So that does leave him more energy for the defense.
And what a gutty play. I mean, muscles his way to the rebound and then just pounds it home for the putback.
Well said, G.A. The battle on the boards, Clark, could go a long way toward deciding this game.
You know, and if that play is any indication, that's a battle they're willing to put every ounce of their energy into winning.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The Warriors making a switch here. Barbosa's checked in. Curry with a wide open look. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Here's Irving. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Kyrie Irving made his first playoff appearance last season with the Cavs, and individually got a big $90 million max extension as well. He's in a really good spot in his career at this point.
Shumpert is checked in for Kevin Love. And speaking of Irving's star status, last season a signature shoe in his name. I see, in fact, that you and Clark are wearing them tonight. That's always a big deal.
Kevin, that's an elite club to be in. Only the true superstars get that kind of status. He's certainly got the flash to go with the substance.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for the Cavaliers. Then for the Warriors, Rush comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Barbosa kicks to Spates. Mozgov with the steal. On up the court. Got it. Nice one there from Dellavedova. Dellavedova's got the lead up to 7 now for Cleveland. The Warriors have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Barbosa. And he lays it straight in.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Dellavedova dishes to Mozgov. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Well, we know that Mozgov started last season with the Nuggets and then was traded to Cleveland midway through the season.
And what an impact he made on the Cleveland Cavaliers, particularly at the defensive end. His size and his activity really helped the Cavs become outstanding at the defensive end.
Andre Iguodala is checked in for Draymond Green.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunks the shot and the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, that could be an instant momentum shift. That certainly was a rim wrecker.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And how about the work they're doing also on the offensive glass? Creating those extra opportunities has been critical.
And the slam dunk by Iguodala.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Livingston passes to Barbosa. Mozgov with the block. The feed to Dellavedova. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play.
Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Cleveland. James comes in for Channing Frye. Andrew Bogut checked in for the Warriors. Curry comes in for Sean Livingston. Knocked loose. In the corner, Smith with it. Cleveland moving it around. Dellavedova, that's good.
And after a scoreless first half, you're starting to see signs of life here in the second.
Curry kicks to Barbosa. Curry with it. Now guarded by Shumpert. And the basket good. 10 points for Steph Curry.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Smith with a wide open look. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
12 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And now Curry running the floor all by himself. Oh!
How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
We've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. And as we finish the third quarter, it's... All right, we welcome you.